And now we're in the back lot ready to do some science. Scripps Research is hosting its second annual Discovery Day. This is at the Fleet Science Center this Sunday. So we want to get a preview of what all you can expect. I'm joined by Katya, a professor at Scripps Research, along with grad students, and your name?
Paige.
Paige. Hi, Paige. We're all going to talk about, obviously, Sunday, why people need to come out to Fleet Science Center. First, I want to talk about Scripps Research. You're also a grad program. Tell me about this.
Yes, Scripps Research is an independent research organization, and we also have a graduate school.
Okay, great.
Consistently ranked in the top 10 in both chemistry and biology.
Amazing. We're going to see some of that in action with our grad students here. But tell me, obviously, for the research that goes on at Scripps Research and the grad students, how important this is to our planet, to everything we're doing, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, we do research in both basic science and also, just trying to understand the fundamental mechanisms underlying living systems and chemistry. We also do translational research, trying to develop new drugs, new technologies, and we're excited to share some of that with the community on Sunday.
On Sunday, people can come talk to you, ask all the questions they have, any curiosities, and what all will be going on? There'll be some projects too?
Yes, there's going to be 14 different demonstration activities that people can participate in, and Paige and Madison are here to share some of the really cool activities that people can do on Sunday.
I love it. And it's from 10 a.m.?
10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, perfect.
At the Fleet Science Center.
All ages?
All ages.
Okay, even the little ones?
Absolutely. Little ones, grandparents, everyone in between.
Great stuff. All right, so let's see what you're going to be making here. What are your names, by the way?
So my name's Madison.
Hi,
this
Madison.
is my helper, Wenji.
Hi,
We're
Wenji.
in the Ingle Lab at Scripps Research. We do organometallic chemistry, so basically organic chemistry with metals.
Okay.
We're going to show you how we make liquid nitrogen ice cream. This is going to be one of the activities that we're going to have at the Fleet Center, which is great for kids because it's science
Ice
that you can
cream.
eat, which is always fun.
Science you can eat. So yeah, the ingredients on how to make ice cream.
So we're just going to add some heavy cream.
Good stuff. Okay, love that in my coffee.
Nothing fancy there. No tricks, all science.
Okay, very nice.
And some milk, so it's a 50-50 ratio.
Okay.
The thing that makes it tasty, which is sugar.
Oh, there we go.
If I can get it open with my
I can get
cryo
your gloves on. I
glove.
can help you. I'll assist if you need. All right, there you go.
So that's just pre-measured, 2/3 of a cup of sugar.
Okay.
And then some vanilla for flavor. You can use any flavor. We typically do some vanilla.
Vanilla's good. If you want to do chocolate, strawberry,
You
those
can
kind
add
of things.
everything
Okay,
you'd
whatever you're
like.
into. Very good.
And then we have some liquid nitrogen. So liquid nitrogen is extremely cold.
That's not all. Okay, you have
Liquid
this.
nitrogen
I'm gonna
is
step over here.
negative 180 degrees Celsius,
Wow.
which is negative 321 degrees Fahrenheit. It's extremely cold. You'll see it kind of bubble up a little there.
Is that just a normal blender?
It is.
Okay,
It's the little blender that could, for sure. And you can see that a lot of gas is formed. So the boiling point of liquid nitrogen is extremely low. Go ahead and keep pouring. And nitrogen is completely safe. We use this.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is okay, right?
Totally safe. Our atmosphere is pretty much almost entirely made of nitrogen. The majority of the air you breathe is nitrogen.
So breathe it in. It smells like vanilla today. I love that.
And it's used in a lot of food processes, not just to make ice cream, but it's also used in flash freezing vegetables and produce.
Okay.
And you can see that looks about good, I think.
It does feel like
right there.
vanilla cold air.
Perfect.
As we're next to it. Yeah, it's really good.
And so you can see that our milk pretty much immediately turned into some ice cream.
And that was like within a matter of seconds. That's pretty fast.
Yes, it's very, very quick.
Nice job of blending that. That's amazing.
And it's perfectly safe to eat, just like nitrogen is.
Wait, like right now I can eat this? We don't have to put it in a freezer?
Our liquid nitrogen is colder than any freezer that you have. Do you guys want some?
Of course.
You guys, this is really good ice cream. Wow. Who needs to go to the ice cream store to spend all that money? This is amazing. Although, I will say, leave it to professionals, right? I don't know if all kids should be doing this at home.
We do have our PPE, so we have our lab coats. We have these cryogenic gloves, so they protect us against the extreme cold. It's just as dangerous as a burn. It's actually probably worse if you get a lot of this on you.
Way, I bet. Okay.
But yeah,
Wow.
it's perfectly safe to eat.
I
And we'll
love
be handing
it.
out samples to kids, and they can watch us make it in real time. So,
Great, and
yeah.
they'll be able to learn the science and what liquid nitrogen is. That's amazing. I
Yes.
love that. Thank you very much. We have this other science project by Paige who's going to
Yes.
show us. So yeah, what is this?
Okay, so I'm a neuroscientist, and
Okay.
there's a bunch of other neuroscientists at Scripps who study the electrical and chemical signals that your brain sends.
Okay.
So with the claw, we're going to focus specifically on electrical signals that go from your brain to the muscle cells.
Okay.
So if I want to close my fist, my brain can fire the muscles in the forearm and then also in the hand. And that's what closes my fist.
Because your brain's saying, I want to do this.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
And so I have these electrodes on here, and I have a little contraption set up. But basically, if my brain tells my left hand to close my fist, it closes, but it also
Whoa.
closes the claw.
How did it do that?
Electricity, yeah. So
Electricity.
yeah, we're conducting
the
electricity.
movement?
Yeah, from my brain, and then the electrodes are picking that up, and it's going like all the way through these wires.
That's
to the
really
claw.
cool. So what if I move your hand?
Yeah.
What happens?
So what do you think?
I don't know. Because if
Okay.
your brain's not controlling it, and I am, let's see.
let's
Let's
test
see what
it.
happens. Oh, it doesn't,
doesn't
do it?
close, right?
It's literally
It's
like based on
only-
your mind.
Totally, yeah. So if you're controlling my hand, the claw doesn't close, but if I'm controlling it, it does.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so if people come to the Fleet Science Center, they can test this out. I can like pick up cups,
Okay. You see her hand right there.
pick up this brain.
Pick up a brain as you're studying
do
the brain.
lots of things. But yeah, it's a great way to teach people about the fundamentals of neuronal signaling.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
And you made it seem so simple, but it's neuroscience. That's the best part.
Neuroscience,
I love
yes.
that. Katya, if you could come back up here and tell us again for the people that may have missed the details and when and where to show up. Give us all the info.
Yes, so please come join us on this Sunday, November 9th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Fleet Science Center
Right.
for more fabulous, cool demonstrations
Okay.
about science.
That's at Balboa Park. If you've never been, definitely something everyone should go out to. Bring the whole family. Thank you all for these experiments. Thank you for the ice cream. I love it. We'll be right back after a quick break.